Okay, so a long time ago, probably 2014, my wife and I were foster parents, and we had 8 children, and we really wanted to give them an awesome experience during the summer. So we did not have a ton of money. We can't like take all 8 kids on an airplane, but we wanted to get them to a beach. So I started, in South Carolina, went to Google Maps, started on South Carolina, and then just kind of worked my way around just calling random churches at different beaches. Not calling, I guess I just shot them an email saying, hey, we're a part of a ministry. This is what we do. We would love to give our children a wonderful, wonderful trip. Can we like crash basically for free in your church? So I shot, I don't know how many emails, but one of them was in Louisiana. It's pretty much as far south as you can get in Louisiana. It's on an island. But anyways, the church said yes. So we got to stay and sleep in their, basically they had missionaries kind of living there at times. So they had a bunkhouse. It was perfect. They did it for free. Super, super kind. What an awesome blessing. But anyways, we took all 8 kids, loaded up, got down to Louisiana. Took us about 15, 16 hours to get there. So one of the days on that trip, we went to a gator farm. So we're going through this farm and there's a tour guide and he's showing us all these really cool giant turtles, different things, obviously alligators, all different sizes. There was crocodiles there as well. There was this giant crocodile. I forget the name of the farm. You could look it up, but it's Crush. Crush is the name of this giant gator, like massive, massive, insane. But anyways, throughout this whole tour guide, he was very specific and he said, this is not a zoo. In a zoo, all the time the animals stay where they're supposed to be. This is a farm, and sometimes the critters, the gators, will get out, and that is not a part of the experience. So our tour guide told us, if you see a gator that's just kind of walking around, please let us know. That is not how it's supposed to be, and we'll keep you safe and everything's going to be good. So we're going through, having a blast, and then towards the end, my probably 4 or 5-year-old son at the time, Corbin, he he says, loose gator, loose gator, loose gator. And he like saw this gator that was not enclosed, and it was, relatively close to us, getting closer and closer. And the tour guide was concerned. He said, oh, that's Sally. She is not supposed to be out. This is not a part of the experience. So he kind of took us around a certain way. We missed some areas of the farm just so we could be safe. And then we wrapped up our tour and everything was great. But as we were ending, my family was kind of packing up, and I went over to our tour guide and I said, hey, well, let's pause there. So other things we did, we'll come back to that. Other things we did in this gator farm experience was like watch the trainers or whatever touch the gator's tongue really, really quick, get their hand out of the way. While we were there, there was a worker who actually had got bit, and he was losing, I don't know, fingers like this. He's like Spider-Man. It was all wrapped up and bandaged. Unless that was just to scare the customers. I don't think so. He was not having a good day because he had had surgery previously. Anyways, other experiences, we got to like wrestle with gators, touch them, feel them, hold them, all that fun stuff. So our tour ends and I go up to this guy and I say, hey, can I touch Sally? And he looked at me like with surprise. He's like, what? You want to? And I'm like, absolutely I want to. So he told me what to do. So Sally's over there and she's a 500-pound gator. So not the largest gator in the world, but it would definitely mess me up. So Sally's over there on the land, just, chilling out. And I walk up to her and then she kind of does this little charge, just like, I don't know, 6 inches, just kind of rushes at me, mouth open. And what he told me to do is wait for it to shut, and I'm just going to touch right here at the tip of her nose. So I go, she lunges, and I like freak out a little, and then I try again, and then she had her mouth shut, and I got up, and I got to touch the tip of her nose and then get out of there really, really quickly. But it's just so cool, like, that he was willing to let me do that. Clearly I could have been injured or hurt. There was no like signing a waiver. It's just, you want to do that? Oh, heck yeah, let's go. So such a fun experience for my family. Such a fun story I get to tell.